everybody! Welcome to Melissa's Musing on a gorgeous Saturday here in San Diego. I'm currently at the gas station. John is pumping my gas, being a really amazing husband and just really a fantastic supporter because I hate pumping gas. Being from New Jersey, so growing up, I'll tell you guys a little story as some of you trickle in. And let me know if you're here. So give me some love if you're here. Give me some hearts if you're here so I know that you're here. So I'm going to tell you a little side story before we get into gratitude. So growing up in New Jersey, for some reason, it's like one of the only states where you don't have to pump your own gas. And there are actually service attendants who will come to your window and you will, roll down your window and you'll be like, please fill it up regular, and you'll hand them your money and they will pump your gas. So until I was going off to college, I had never pumped my own gas. I had always rolled up to the service attender. They would, pump my gas for me. It would be a glorious thing, and I would just hand them my money and then drive away. Well, the first time I ever drove up to Buffalo, where I ended up going to school, I was on that journey alone. I had insisted. I had been, 17-year-old Melissa, very insistent. I was like, Mom, I'm doing this by myself. I'm going to Buffalo. I'm going to drive there myself. So I get in my car and I'm halfway through and, I need gas. This is a normal part of transportation. I need gas. And I'm in New York and I'm like, oh, well, shoot. I've literally never pumped my gas before. What is this going to look like? And I pulled into the gas station and I'm at the pump and I'm struggling. It's like struggle city. I'm literally struggling. It's about 5 minutes into it and I'm like, how does this nozzle even fit into my car? What the F is going on? And I've reached the point where I need to ask someone for help. And there's this little old man across the way and he looks kind, right? And I'm thinking okay, he's older. I'm sure he's safe. So I approach him and I'm like, excuse me, sir, I'm so sorry. I'm really struggling here. I need your help. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm clearly not pumping my gas properly. And he was like, sweetheart, first of all, does your car take diesel? And that's the story. I was at a diesel pump, so that's why the pump was not fitting. That's why I was all confused. It was a epic situation. So anyways, John is pumping my gas. He is an amazing husband and does it for me all the time. And I'm so grateful to him for doing it because I have an attitude of gratitude all the time, not just at Thanksgiving. So that's what today's musing is about, and it's how to keep that mentality, that attitude of gratitude all days, right? On Thanksgiving, it's really easy. Hey, John. He's back. I'm gonna keep going because I have not gotten my message across. So Thanksgiving is one of those times of year where we're really given the opportunity, we're given the space and the opportunity, and it's a day around gratitude, right? We're given this container to basically be grateful and to think about all the things that we're grateful for. But how would it be, how amazing would your life look if you operated from that space literally 365 days a year? It would be awesome, right? So what are some tips and tricks that I use personally to operate from it with an attitude of gratitude all the time? Well, some of the things that I do, one of which I love the practice of, is I try and let the first thing that I think about in the morning when I wake up and the very last thing that I think about before I fall asleep be something that I'm grateful for. So if I'm lying there on my pillow and I've just woken up and I'm all dreamy and my morning, the light is coming to my eyeballs, I'm like, ooh, what am I grateful for? I try and think of it right then. And then the same thing when I'm laying my head down on the pillow. Granted, sometimes I'm just conked out and I feel like I fall asleep before my head even hits the pillow. But on the nights where I sit there and I lay and I'm kind of thinking and you've got all these weird thoughts going through your head, I like to think of the things that I'm grateful for. Like John pumping my gas. So that's one of the practices I do. Another practice that I do that I've been trying to do lately is if I find that I'm really angry and kind of grumpy and coming from not a great space and I feel as though I'm showing up kind of like a biznatch. Sometimes we all have those days. I try and every time I'm thinking of something negative, combat it with a positive and something that I'm grateful for. So, for example, there's nothing in the fridge to eat this morning. I'm Grumpy Gus Melissa. Ooh, but there's an apple on the counter. I'm so grateful for having an apple because so many people around the world don't have food. Shift, Melissa, shift. So that's the way. Another thing that I think about, or another practice that I've implemented, is when I'm driving. Driving is a great opportunity. If we turn off the music and don't make phone calls, or we're kind of just use that space to be present and to think and not just do things blindlessly and numbly. Driving is a really fantastic opportunity to think of the things that you're grateful for. Also, another thing that I would recommend is if you have trouble with gratitude and you want to get into a better practice, set yourself reminders and intentions. I have left little post-its all over the place of things that I'm grateful for at times in my life when I've been really struggling. So lots of different tips and tricks, and I encourage you guys, operating from a space of gratitude and having an attitude of gratitude, I just love the way that sounds, all the time, can be a really freeing and beautiful experience. It's really easy, I would say, or easier to have a positive mindset and feel as though we have everything we need in life if we're constantly grateful for the things that we have. And so often, those things that we feel like we need, we realize that we don't actually if we reflect on it. So when we practice this attitude of gratitude and just are thankful all the time for what we have and what we get to do and the opportunities that we have and the experiences that we get to have, when we come at that from a totally, grateful place instead of kind of like a victim mentality or why me mentality or really any other mentality aside from gratitude, I think it's an awesome thing. So I hope you guys have a grateful day. I'm very grateful, especially for John pumping my gas. I hope you guys liked my story at the beginning. If you are just tuning in now and have not listened to it, you may want to go back. It's a pretty funny one. But I love you guys, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for watching. We'll talk soon.